All right, FishAholic fam, well, welcome back to another episode, or welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just pulled up here at our spot today where we're gonna launch the kayak, and it is extremely windy today, blowing like 20 to 25, maybe gusting to 30. So I was a little hesitant, but I think we're gonna pull the trigger. And I fished the same general area yesterday and it was extremely windy, and I decided to stay land-based, and I did okay. I caught some fish. You may have saw that video. But I think we could do much better today because we can cover a lot more water if we get out in the kayak. And this general area has a lot of like isolated areas where we might be able to hide from the wind, and it should not pose that much of a problem. But I also just spent the last hour catching a bunch of these beautiful little mojarras as bait, and I've got a bunch of artificials that we could toss around. So stay tuned. I'm gonna get loaded and rigged, and I will see you guys out on the water. All right, well, even though I have, I believe, like 3 dozen mojarras in my little live well behind me, I'm gonna start off with this little Zoom Super Fluke that I have rigged on the Trout Eyes swinging EWG jig head hook. And we'll work along the mangroves, and this is actually an island, so we'll kind of work around to the back side of it where I think it'll be a lot calmer, and we'll be able to hide from the wind. And yeah, we'll try this for 20-30 minutes, see what happens. And the crazy thing is I don't really even have to paddle. Oh, just got a hit on our first cast. I think it was a small jack. But yeah, I don't have to paddle right here because the wind is just cruising me along. Just have to kind of manage my rudder so I, stay in a forward position. That looks good right there. Looks a lot nicer on this side of the island. Really shallow though. I wish that the water was just a little bit higher up in the mangroves, then the fish would be pushed up there. All right, well, right along the shore here, it's drops off fairly quickly, and the last time I hit this spot I did lose a big fish here that broke me off in those mangroves. I'm not sure if I made that day into a video. I think that like I had one big bite, and then the rest of the day I just caught small little muttons like out in the channels, so it was a pretty slow day. But I was hoping that we learned something, and maybe I would be able to come back to this spot and get a fish, but maybe not. There's a fish. Woo! Snooky on the fluke. They love this bait. I would say hands down, if you're gonna be encountering snook wherever you travel and you're not sure what baits to bring, definitely always bring a Zoom Super Fluke. And it's not a giant, but it's a start. All right, I'm gonna try a couple more casts right here, and then I'm thinking about, oh, we just got whacked again. Could have been just a snapper. Didn't feel too significant. But what I want to do is go through this cut, and to the left is the one island, and then to the right is a second island, and there's a deep spot in that cut. And I'm thinking, because of how low this water is, maybe right along the edge, along the mangroves where it's slightly deeper, there could be some fish stacked up. All right, let's roll. I'll be honest, the fish in the mangroves can be frustrating. And like, my best advice is, you know, just stay persistent, don't give up, hit all the high percentage spots. And when I go along the mangroves, I consider high percentage spots any like overhangs or branches that stick out further than say like these little indents. And these little like points that stick out are areas where, you know, current's gonna flow by, hitting the structure. Fish are gonna hang on it, they're gonna hang under it. And oh, check that out, a bobber in the tree. I forgot one thing today, and that was bringing a bobber, because we have the bait, and we may not need to use a bobber, but sometimes I like to have it for fishing with bait along the mangroves, so I can kind of see where the bait is, so it doesn't get wrapped up in the vegetation. And wow, this guy, he left a ton of braid in the tree here. All right, there we go. One of the benefits of having a kayak right there. You know, if you're in a boat, you know, sometimes you're just like, you know, why bother? But, you know, unfortunately, all this mess was left in the tree. And, you know, a bird or an iguana or anything could get probably tangled in it and injured and die. All right, well, the bite has been pretty dismal since we caught that first snook. I've been working the mangroves hard, skipping the bait into every little nook and cranny that I think looks good, and we are getting bites, but just from like little snappers, I think, and I'm seeing some slices on the bait, so probably from some juvenile cudas. So I think with that being said, we're gonna kind of pull back out of this cut and head back towards the area where we got that first snook, but we're gonna try the live mojarras and see if we can do a little better now. All right, so I just rigged up one of these succulent little mojarras on a 1/0 or 2/0 Gamakatsu circle hook, and we're gonna use that bobber that we found so that I can cast this bait out into the channel. And the tide is still trickling out a little bit, so I want this bait to kind of just drift out through the channel, and hopefully we get a bite. And straight ahead there is where we got our first snook, so I'm gonna kind of work my way there, or drift my way there. Oh, just got a bite, or a bunch of little bites. Something trying to eat the mojarra, but just maybe isn't big enough. Oh, there we go. Oh, got robbed. I think that was just a snapper. All right, let's try one more bait in this spot. Oh, just got bit right there. Fish on. Whoa, what do we got here? Oh, barracuda. Didn't see that coming. Sweet. Circle hook did its job perfectly. All right, well, at least we got one fish on the bait, but nothing really to write home about. But we've got slack water now, so we're gonna leave that last little spot where we got the snook and the cuda, and we're gonna head in that direction against the heavy wind, and it's gonna probably be like a quarter mile or a half mile, and we're gonna head basically back to the area where we launched the kayak, and it's closer to the inlet, the further south we go, so I think the incoming tide will start sooner the further we go that way. So let's do it, but I'm gonna put the camera away because it's gonna be a wet ride, so I'll see you there. All right, it was a really wet ride here. I am soaked. But hopefully we'll find some fish willing to bite. I think there's too much current to use this bobber, and it's some deeper water here, so I'm gonna try fishing this guy without the float. Oh, I think I just got 8. Gonna let him eat it. There he is. Fish on. It's a decent snooky. Bigger than what we caught so far today. Oh, he's not done. There we go, in the net. Look at that, circle hook did its job perfectly. And down she goes. All right, let's get another bait out there and do it again. So with that last one, I just pitched the Mojarra real tight to the mangroves there and just let the Mojarra drift under the branches with the current. Oh wow, he's getting real nervous. Doing exactly what the last Mojarra did right before something ate him. Oh, there he is, just got 8. Fish on. They're stacked under this mangrove bush. There we go. Perfect hook set with this circle. Look at that, right in the corner. There he goes. Pretty sweet. That's 3 fish without having to retie with this 30-pound leader, because the circle hook is doing the job. Even one of the fish was a cuda, but it's starting to get a little chafed, so I'll just cut it back and retie to play it safe. All right, let's see if anybody else is hungry. Oh, he's getting nervous, getting nervous. Call any minute now, we're gonna get that thump. There it is. Oh yeah. This one got pretty close to getting back into the mangroves. And he's not even that big, he just really pulled. There we go. And would you look at that? The circle hook is right in the corner of the mouth. I keep saying that because yesterday the circle hooks weren't working too well. Another little snook. It's crazy how quick a little Mojarra works. All right, well, I'm gonna put the lighter stick away for a little bit, and I'm gonna try picking up the bigger stick now. And this has just a bigger hook on it, 40-pound fluoro. And I think some of the Mojarras that I got in the bucket are a little bit larger than what I've been using, so this might help us get a bigger bite and also help us land it if we do get that bite. This bigger hook also will help these baits get down into some slightly deeper water, like over to the right of the mangrove. It drops off to, like, I think 10 feet or so. So that's maybe where some larger fish could be lurking, just right off that edge. Oh, just got whacked hard. All right, there he is. Oh yeah, it's a little bit bigger one. Nice. Getting somewhere. Sweet. I love how these baits swim right down near the bottom and kind of put themselves in the strike zone. Oh, he's being chased. He's being chased. He's booking it. Oh man, I think I just got ate. There he is. That's about the same size as the last one. There's one. Just got 8. Okay, That feels like a nicer fish. Wonder what we got here. Maybe a Jack Crevalle. If it was a snook, we probably would have seen it already. Oh yeah, medium-sized jack. Sweet, that was a fun fight. I love it when you feel them thump the bait. There's no better feeling. Sweet. Just got 8. Sweet. This one's got like an injury. His gill is coming out of him, but he's still living. All right, well, I think that is going to about do it. This bite that we found here towards the end of the day definitely made my day, and I knew it was going to be pretty hot because we were here yesterday and we had a lot of bites. Didn't land as many as we did today, but yesterday I hit it from shore. Today we hit it in the kayak, so we had a little bit of a better advantage to pull the fish out from the structure. And yeah, I had a blast doing it. It's so fun when you throw a bait in there and you feel them get nervous, and then you feel the thump, and you just let them eat it for a little bit, then you come tight on them and nail them. And definitely having the right bait pays off in the end of the day. And I am a huge artificial fisherman, as some of you may know from watching a lot of my videos, but it is fun to cheat every once in a while. But anyway, if you guys really enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button to make my day. Hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for more. And until the next video, live to fish, fish to live. All right, well, you don't really think I was seriously done fishing. This is FishAholic fishing, right? So of course I took 2 more casts in there with my one last bait in the bucket, and check out what I caught. 32-incher right there. Biggest one of the day. The camera batteries are getting low, so I'm gonna get her on her way. See you, baby. Thanks for watching, guys.